Irene, I got some photos.
He wouldn't do that to us, would he? He wouldn't drink up after.
No.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
I didn't know why you were his friend. Did you unfriend him? That's Alec.
Do you want to drink it?
Is that your second?
Where's your hand, Irene?
Another champagne there. We've still got some.
1, 2, 3.
Sam, your face is blocked.
1, 2, 3.
The nine's the long way round. No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, one more and you have to stay really still.
Throughout the years, Mum has been faithful to her TV programs. Wimbledon, then rugby, and her favourite man, Nonu.
Yes.
And Coronation Street, which we can discuss at length, as though it was actually real. When I've asked Mum what her secret to her longevity is, she says, no exercise, no vegetables, plenty of alcohol, and cigarettes. And I think I'm going wrong somewhere. Mum, thank you for being my mum. How lucky am I?
Yes, no, we did think that. But what Trish and I are reading today may well be read at another time as well.
Well, that's encouraging.
Well,
It saves you writing too.
Mum actually wants to be at her funeral. I mean, listening.
I thought we were talking about 10 years from now. It's just been sorry.
A friend of mine and Mum and I were all having coffee the other day, and my friend asked Mum what she thought were the 5 most memorable moments in her life. And she said it had to be a quick thing, not deep thought, just quickly, what do you think? And she said the war, meeting George, our dad, having her first child, emigrating to Africa, and emigrating to New Zealand. Those are her major milestones. So what I thought would be a bit of fun, and I didn't have enough time, but I had a bit of time, was to think about what happened in the world at the time the important things were happening to Mum. So what I looked at, first of all, was Mum's date of birth, 1926. And it turns out that she shares this...
That makes you about 90.
It turns out that she shares this year with Marilyn Monroe. But she also shares it with the Queen. And that's one of Mum's least favourite people. Yes, it's her hat, it's her hat. Right, then Mum met Dad in August 1945 on VJ Day.
V-E-D.
No, VJ.
Oh, was it VJ?
Victory over Japan.
Thank you.
And then married him 3 days later.
Whoa!
3 days, 3 years later. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a shotgun wedding, wasn't it, really?
Happy birthday, Trish.
What I was going to say was that
Yeah, pregnancies happen very quickly now.
I found out anything momentous in 1945. So I went to 1948, which was the year they got married, and that turned out to be the beginning of apartheid in South Africa. Just as a matter of interest. Then in 1953, Mum had Trish, her first child. Which 3 days later. That was quite momentous for her, being the first child. She didn't say it was because she preferred. So, and that turned out, that year was the year that the first ascent was made on Mount. Later, this is approximately, in 1957, she and Dad and her 2 daughters, Trish and I, left the UK for Africa. That was the same space age. And Mum is quite interested in space, and she's very keen to go travelling as an astronaut.
Mars. Tell the plane to keep going.
Oh, she's on Mars. She's booked for the first trip to Mars.
Yes. Okay. In 1964, my twin sisters were born. Simon Doe. So Simon and Han share on TV1. Sorry. And then this was also the year that we got the first scavengers of Mars, by the way.
Your new home.
And just 5 years later, men were landing on the moon. In 1975, Trish got married, and that happened to be the year the first Cricket World Cup was hosted. Another interest of Mum's, cricket. In 1978, John and I got married, and that happened to be 1 year before Margaret Thatcher took power. Another favourite of Mum's.
That wasn't one of the milestones.
No, I know, I'm moving off a bit.
Margaret Thatcher or the marriage?
I've moved off, yeah. Then in 1982, auspicious year, Sophie and Nick, they were born. This happened to be the same year, these are Mom's first grandchildren, and that was the same year that Princess Grace of Monaco died, but it was also the year that Ma Nonu was born. Oh! No.
What a handsome man.
Then in 1987, Mum immigrated to, I thought it was 1987, immigrated to New Zealand. 1987? Well, round about 1987, Mum came here. That was the same year that the share market crashed, and it was the year that Fred Astaire died. These are all Mum's people. In 1996, Pam and David came to New Zealand to get married. And that was the year that apparently Charles and Diana got divorced.
There you go.